Hey guys, this is Chooks from Patchwork of Tips. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm not used to being in front of the camera, so this might seem a little bit awkward. Do please kindly bear with me. I'm still learning how to, navigate this whole YouTube thing. Today I'll be reviewing Jarrows Glutathione, which I've used for 7 months now. And this is basically just what my opinions about the pills are, how my journey has been so far. In a subsequent video, I'll be telling you guys how I take it, that is dosage, timing, side effects, and warnings about it. So for now, let's just get on with the review. I will be reading from a script because I'm not used to talking directly into the camera, so do please bear with me if from time to time I have to look at my script and address you guys. My romance with hyperpigmentation has always been a very simple one, to be honest. On a Fitzpatrick scale, I am between 4 and 5, which means I get tanned easily. Let's say you expose me to intense sunlight for like 20 minutes. The next day, I'm waking up with a tan. And that tan doesn't clear until after like 2 to 4 weeks. And those 2 to 4 weeks mean I covered up the tan parts for that tan to clear. I don't know if that makes sense. Over the years, it would appear my body has kind of like lost the ability to recover properly from a tan. As I keep getting comments from people that, nah man, what's going on? You're getting so dark. Is the sun in Sokoto too much or something? Hope there's no problem per se. And sincerely speaking, I never took those comments to heart per se. I kind of like just ignored them until last year when my dad was like, he looked at me and went, are you okay? So what? Hope there's no problem as in this Sokoto. I was like, why? And he goes like, you're looking so dark, like, hope there's nothing wrong per se. And I'm like, nothing is wrong. My dad is not one to like make commentary about stuff. So when he does, just know that it's serious and that is why he's talking. So after my dad made that comment again that I'm actually getting that was when I decided that, you know what, I need to get this hyperpigmentation shit fixed. So I first tried azelaic acid. I think it was 20% azelaic acid. I think it was from a company in India. That's the manufacturing company. And I purged for like 6 weeks. After which I contacted the lady that sold the cream to me, and she advised me to try glutathione and vitamin C pills that they would help with the purging. Sincerely speaking, at that point in time, number one, a boy was too broke. I couldn't afford to like get the glutathione pills at that point in time, so I kind of like took that out of my mind. And also as well, I hadn't researched well on glutathione to know whether it was safe or not safe, so I was skeptical about it. Now, eventually, I bumped into a colleague of mine who actually sells glutathione, and she offered to give me a bottle of it for me to just try it and see how it works. And at the end of the month, when monthly salaries are paid, I would refund her money. And I said, okay, you know what, let me just try this. And that was how I started with glutathione. 1 minute. So, effects, that is the effects of glutathione. I don't remember clearly my initial dosage, but I think it was 2 grams daily, that is 4 capsules. The capsules come in 500 milligrams each, so I was taking 4 capsules, which is 2 grams a day, on an empty stomach for like 3 weeks plus. I started noticing results within 3 to 4 weeks. I remember vividly well that very day I was walking into the hospital and I raised my hands as in to check the time, and I noticed that, nah man, what is going on? Your hands are glowing, as in my hands were like literally glowing. So that was when I first noticed it, and gradually the lightning effect started like extending upwards, covering my own hands and the rest of my body. Allow me to say that this glutathione, I don't remember whether I took it mainly because of that purging or because of the skin lightening effects. But either way, it did not help with the purging. The purging continued. Eventually, I had to like stop azelaic acid and switch to tretinoin. And after 3 weeks on tretinoin, the whole purging stopped per se. This is what I looked like exactly when I was purging. Is it here or here? What's it on both sides? This is what I looked like when I was purging, and it was really, really, really bad then. Overall, I have to say I'm impressed with what glutathione has done for me in terms of evening out and restoring my skin tone, but I wish it worked evenly. There was this video I saw from a dermatologist, I think she's also from India as well, and she made mention of the fact that glutathione skin lightening tends to work in patches before it covers like the whole body. For me, for now, if you look closely, you notice that my hands are remarkably lighter than my face. So that is one of the problems with glutathione. So I'm still trying to see, I'm still being patient with it to see if eventually the lightening effect would extend to my face. In the meantime, I'm on the ordinary L-ascorbic acid powder, resveratrol, alpha-arbutin and vitamin C, and niacinamide, and tretinoin, of course, 0.1% tretinoin gel. So to see if all those would help to reduce the hyperpigmentation on my face. I don't know if the fake bio oil I was using for so many years is also is kind of like a contributing factor to why the hyperpigmentation on my face is taking like a ridiculous amount of time to like clear. But I guess over time I would find out about that. In conclusion, the lightening effects of glutathione seem to show up early for those that are naturally light-skinned, like I am. Like I said, I'm in between the 4th and 5th level on the Fitzpatrick scale. I think that's olive to dark brown. I'll leave it down there and everything, but I tend to tan very easily, which is why which is why I easily get hyperpigmented. Now, if you are dark-skinned, it might take forever for you to see results using the pills, so you might want to go for the IV injections, which personally I do not advise anybody to go to, because so far with the research I've done, I have not seen any FDA approved IV glutathione. All I see are mainly glutathione from Thailand and I think Philippines also, and only God knows what they mix into it. And besides, there have been reports of people having allergic reactions to those IV injections. So for me, I would say just stick with the pills, even though there seems to be a lot of papers online saying the pills don't work. For me, they worked. I don't know how those research papers did their work, but for me, the pills are working just fine, and I'm still on them. You're confused about being naturally light-skinned. There's a quick test that you can do. If you work in an office where you have to put on long sleeve and trousers throughout the entire day, what you can do, when you get home, remove your clothing and compare the skin tone of your hands to that on your face. Or if you wear short sleeves through work, you can compare the skin tone on your legs to that on your face. If your face is very, very dark, way darker than your arms, then what you have is hyperpigmentation. I know for some of us, everybody kind of like goes around screaming melanin popping, melanin this, melanin that. I'm sorry to break it to you. If there is a difference in skin tone between your face and your arms or your face and your legs, that is to say, as in one part is darker, that is to say the most exposed part is darker than the less exposed part, I'm sorry, what you have is hyperpigmentation, not melanin popping. Let's leave melanin popping for those that are, those gorgeous dark-skinned people, exactly, that are evenly dark-skinned, the like of Lupita and, you know them all. So now you know. What you have is not melanin popping. What you have is hyperpigmentation. Now it's left for you to like live with it or kind of like try to fix it, which in my case I'm trying to fix because I'm tired of the comments and I can be a bit vain actually, so that is why I'm trying to fix it. Now, this test of comparing your hands to your face exactly is not for those of you that are actually already on skin lightening creams or pills, because those ones would automatically make the test void. The test is for those of us that what we basically use is just Pierce Baby Oil or Vaseline or something, but any cream that does not have any skin lightening actives in it. Now, if you cannot be bothered with using very high UVA UVB sun protection, aka SPF 50 plus sunscreen with a minimum 3 boots UVA star rating, I'm sorry, please do not waste your time with glutathione. You need sunscreen while on glutathione. Now, the issue here, glutathione is kind of like is an antioxidant, a powerful antioxidant that helps to, deal with free radicals and all that in the body. If you're exposed to sunlight, the amount of free radicals in your body tends to increase, and glutathione has to work over time to, combat those free radicals and help to prevent your skin from darkening. Over time, with intense sun exposure, constant sun exposure, your glutathione levels will drop. So it's kind of like you are taking glutathione to help in your skin lightening, but you're not using sunscreen, meaning that glutathione has to work extra to, combat the effects of the sun rays. So basically, the effects you're going to get is not really going to be that visible, or it might be very, very, very slow. So if you're going to use glutathione, be it IV or pills, make sure you use sunscreen, high SPF sunscreen. Like I said, SPF 50 plus with a minimum boot star rating of 3 stars. If you can get 5 stars, that's good enough. So far so good. The 5 stars sunscreen, the sunscreens with 5-star boot rating that I have seen, they tend to leave a very, very terrible white cast. And currently, I use one with a boot star rating of 3 stars, which is an oil, a transparent oil, so which is what I'm wearing right now. And what do I have left here? Just a sec. Okay, so I don't think I have any other thing to say. If you've got any questions or comments, do please leave them in the comment section below. In my next video, which I will link in the description box below or somewhere here, if I can figure out how YouTube makes people link videos, I will be detailing my current glutathione regimen, that is the dosage, timing, side effects, and how to deal with those side effects. Thank you so much for sticking to the end of this video. If you like it, do please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button, please. Thank you very much. Bye.